Hello, my friends. Today I'm going to introduce you to a type of yoga, my favorite type of yoga that is likely new to a lot of you, and it's called Yin Yoga. And Yin Yoga is very slow paced yoga where we actually sit and hold the pose to a comfortable edge, which gets really uncomfortable. So I'll be honest, a lot of you, if this is your first yin class, you may likely hate it, but I ask you to bear with me. I'm going to, as you hold the pose, I have all my books and my education here. I'm going to teach you about the benefits of yin yoga while we're holding poses. So we hold poses between 3 to 5 minutes each. It's all on the floor. And just bear with me these next 30 minutes, and I promise your body will thank you at the end. So just before we dive in, I'm just going to have you come to a comfortable seated position and take a moment to arrive. Before we go in, I do recommend grabbing, if you want to pause really quick and grab 2 pillows. If you have a bolster or block any yoga props, which I do have in the other room, but I just wanted to get regular pillows off my bed to show you how we will utilize these, but we will be using some pillows today. So make sure you grab some. And then when you're back, let's begin. So coming to a comfortable seated position, spine is tall, crown of the head reaching toward the sky. On the inhale, we're going to bring the shoulders up to the ears. On the exhale, bring them back down and around. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, back down and around. Just finding a moment here to settle. Finding a steady pace of breath in and out through the nose. And bringing your awareness inward. This practice of yin yoga is a very introspective practice. And it asks you to be present, to quiet the noise, to pause, to rest, so that your body can rejuvenate. Now, for a lot of you, this will be a difficult practice. For many of us, it's hard to stay still. It's hard to rest. Because when we're still, we're left with our thoughts. And our minds can wander, our thoughts can become scary, our thoughts can default to fears and doubts, to stress and anxiety. So through this practice today, I ask you to be present. If you find your mind wandering, refocus, reconnecting to that breath and to your body, to where you're feeling the stretch. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. And then slowly opening the eyes, we'll get started into our first pose. So this is just going to be a forward bend. And what we're going to do here, and you've done this before, but it's a lot different when we're holding for time. So you're going to put the legs out in front of you. Take the flesh outside of your sit bones, kind of shift from side to side to get comfortable here. And then from here, we're just going to slowly lean forward, letting the head hang, and we're going to hold the pose here for a total of 3 minutes. So I'm going to start the timer. And this is where you can grab your pillows, your bolsters, just to bring the floor a little bit higher. Because we are holding for time, you want to make sure that you're comfortable enough to sit here for an extended period of time. So you're just going to sit here and hang like this. I'll go sideways so you can see me. And just focus on your breath, breathing in and out through the nose. And you will hold this pose until I tell you to get out. You can always come up a little bit to take the edge off if needed. You can always just sit and hold forward here. So going down to a comfortable edge. And when I say a comfortable edge, it doesn't necessarily feel good. It feels like a stretch. And you'll notice as we hold the time, the body may start speaking to you, maybe very loudly. It may start screaming. And as you hold, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about yin yoga and the benefits of this practice. So yin yoga is a slow-paced practice of long-held passive poses that stretch and stress the deep connective tissues of the body. A yin yoga class will mainly work the lower part of the body, the hips, the pelvis, the thighs, the spine, but some may also include shoulders, knees, and ankles. It is a very introspective practice where the practitioner, which is you, becomes very attuned and connected to their body. So you'll be noticing sensations and practicing discernment with each pose. So when we say practicing discernment, that means listening to your body, coming out if you're feeling any pain or too deep of a stretch, or maybe going a little bit farther if you know that you can do more today. So really listening to your body. By holding the poses for a longer period of time, yin yoga helps to create an opportunity for deep connection with our bodies and ourselves, gently releasing long-held physical tensions and energetic blockages that reside from within. So the physical benefits of yin yoga, it increases circulation, increases range of motion in the body, improves flexibility, releases fascia, stimulates lubrication of the joints. So over time, our bodies stop producing what's called synovial fluid. And this is fluid that's released into the joints. And as we get older, we stop producing that. And that's when our joints get tighter, we get tension, we get a little creaky. So yin yoga, because it's bringing stress into these ligaments, is helping to bring that synovial fluid back and lubricating the joints. Okay, so keep breathing through the pose. We're almost out. Okay, on the inhale, coming up very, very slowly, pressing hands to the floor, allowing your hands to help you up. Just coming up to a straight spine. So when we do our transitions between poses, you want to be very mindful and very slow as we do this. So now we're going to take the right leg out, left leg in for half dragonfly. We're going to twist our hips to the extended leg, and we're going to fold forward again. So again, option and recommended to grab your pillows, your bolster, whatever you'd like here to bring the floor higher. If you need extra pillows, you can stack as many as you need, and then you'll slowly fold forward. So again, coming down to that comfortable edge, to the point where comfort meets a little discomfort. And know that we'll be sitting here for another between 3 and 5 minutes. So really, this is going to get the lower back. Really, really great for the lower back. So settling in, coming back to your breath as you hold for time. And if there's at any point in any of these poses where you want to come out of the pose or it's feeling uncomfortable, ask yourself, are you in pain or are you uncomfortable? Because we often in life, in yoga and in life, because yoga is a reflection of life, when we experience discomfort or something that's uncomfortable, we want to run away. And so yin yoga is the practice of embracing that discomfort, sitting in it, and showing yourself that you can get through it. So again, if you're ever in any pain, I ask that you come out of the pose, you bring the floor higher, add more pillows. But I challenge you to breathe through the discomfort in each pose. Okay, so holding here, I will continue with some education. So yin yoga also helps to relieve tightness and chronic pain. It supports with greater joint mobility, reduces stress and anxiety. It allows for deeper relaxation and better sleep. It stimulates all the energetic meridians in the body. It releases stagnant energy. and it brings balance to organs. It's also really great for jet lag and long travel. The tissues that are affected in yin yoga tend to be the less hydrated, less pliable, and more stable than muscles, which are juicier and more pliable. So, an active practice really is focusing on stretching and moving the muscles, while yin is going a lot deeper. So, with yin, these deeper tissues really benefit by the long held passive poses of yin rather than the aggressive yang type stretches and poses. So the ligaments that we're working with, or the tissues affected, are tendons, bones, ligaments, joints, and the fascia, which is the deep connective tissue fibers that separate the muscles and other organs. So all of these things, the tendons, the bones, the ligaments, the joints, the fascia, typically aren't addressed in an active practice. So in an active, more yang practice. Get a few more breaths here. Okay, slowly walking the hands up. Again, using the hands to walk you up. And we're gonna extend the opposite leg and pause here in a moment in full dragonfly. So bringing your pillows or your props to center. Deep inhale here, and then on the exhale, just slowly coming forward slightly. We're just gonna hold this for about a minute in between the two poses. So again, taking deep breaths and reconnecting to the breath, guiding the mind back to the present moment. Knowing that through the discomfort is when we grow. Okay, about 30 more seconds here. And slowly using the strength of your arms to walk you back up, and we'll go on to the other side. So right leg comes in, left leg stays extended. Again, we're going to twist our torso, hips towards the extended leg. Bring our props to bring the floor higher. If you don't have any props, you can just hang here. You don't need anything. It's just a matter of being able to hold for the extended period of time. You can just allow your head to hang. And then if you get uncomfortable, you could add pillows. But settling in here. So with each inhale, bringing energy, prana, life force to the joints, to the bones, to all the areas of the body. And as you exhale, grounding and releasing into that relaxation, into the stillness. Holding here. So as this is likely a new form of yoga to most of you, just a reminder that most forms of today's yoga are dynamic, active practices designed to work only half of our body, which is the muscular half and the yang tissues. Yin yoga allows us to work the other half, the deeper yin tissues of our ligaments, joints, deep fascial networks, and even our bones. So it is really important to have all of our tissues exercised so that we can achieve optimal health and vitality. So it's really, yin has us look deeper at the whole picture and the body as a whole versus just doing an active practice, which most of us do. And again, by holding these longer poses, it's essentially creating light stressors to these joints, to these ligaments, which then brings blood flow back to the area and helps to heal and repair old chronic injuries. So about another minute here in this pose. Again, breathing into the area where you feel the stretch. Continuing to breathe through the discomfort. For those of you whose bodies are screaming to you, whose minds are screaming to you right now, I ask you or challenge you to try to find stillness and peace through the discomfort. The more you practice things that are uncomfortable, the more comfortable they become, the more normal they seem, and then the more equipped you are to get through difficult challenges in life. Slowly using the strength of your arms to walk yourself back up. And we're going to bring slowly and very mindfully, bring the soles of the feet down to the ground. Hands come behind. I'm just going to have you shift the legs back and forth. Kind of stretching out the lower back. Now we're going to go into deer pose. So we're going to take the right leg in front, parallel to the mat. The left leg is just going to come right behind it to the side. So for some of you, this might be your pose today, but I will show you the full pose. We're going to twist over the bent knee, the front leg to the side. And again, for some of you, this might be plenty, and you can just stay here and hold here. For the full pose, we will take our prop, our pillow, if you choose to use it, and we're actually going to come all the way down towards the ground. So resting on your elbows, on your arms, wherever you're comfortable enough to be able to hold the pose. Just going to hold here. Again, taking deep breath. So focusing on your breath, feeling the strength and the stretch through the spine, through the twist. And know that with each nourishing breath, you're sending love to the deepest parts and corners of your body, to the areas that are often overlooked or forgotten about. And you are doing so much good to your body right now. So holding in the pose. I want you to envision your breath adding a light to it or a color. So maybe a bright white light, a bright yellow light. And as you inhale, as you hold the pose, you're inhaling. I want you to inhale this light all the way to the back of your spine, to the area where you feel the stretch. So just envision this light coming all the way in, nourishing all the cells, the joints. And then as you exhale, I want you to see this light going back down your body, exiting through the crown of your head. So as you inhale, it's like a wave coming in through the body. And as you exhale, the waves go back out to the shore, going back through your spine, out the crown of your head. So focusing on this visualization and making this a meditation practice as well. Okay, about a minute left in this position. Continuing with the visualization, the guided meditation, your breath being a wave, and allowing the breath to guide you through the pose, through the discomfort, not only here, but also in life. Okay, taking another deep breath, and then on the inhale, again, very, very slowly and mindfully using your arms to slowly come up out of the pose. Release the back leg, bring the knees together. Just take a moment to hug yourself and allow the pose to release. Okay, do any of you hate me yet? And now we'll go on to the other side. So left leg comes to the front, parallel to the front of the mat. The other leg comes beside. And again, for some of you, this may be enough, and that is perfectly okay. For others who are looking to do the full pose, we're going to turn and face the side. So hips are going out to the side. And again, this may be your full pose for today. And then for those of you who are going all the way down, again, you can come all the way to the floor, no props needed. Coming onto the elbows, letting the head hang. You can add as many pillows as you want to be comfortable and to settle in. Again, reconnecting and refocusing to that breath. The option to take that meditation and visualization of the light traveling down through the body, all the way to the back, lower back, through the spine, to the area where you feel the stretch, and then coming all the way back up. And when you're doing this yin yoga practice, I do recommend, which I didn't mention in the beginning of class, but I do recommend putting on some really mellow music in the background, because when you get lost, or if you find that your thoughts are wandering or your body's screaming to you to get out, the breath is always going to be our first method of reconnection and realignment. So connecting to that breath to bring the awareness within. But music is also another tool that we can use to keep us present, whether that's drums, Om type of yogic music, something mellow. It could be classical music. It could just be the noises of nature. So if you have one of those apps and you can put on the sounds of the waves, just focus on the noise and the sound as it can soothe you through the discomfort of the pose as we're holding for longer time. We have about a minute more in this pose. And then we'll probably be able to fit in one or two more. So in the typical hour yin yoga class, you may only do 6 poses total, even 5 poses total, depending on if they're both sides. If they're one-sided, you may do closer to 8 to 10. But again, because you're holding for time, it's not about how much you can fit in. It's actually about that long, steady hold, and that is where the benefit comes. Slowly using the hands to walk yourself up, very, very slowly and mindfully. And again, swinging the back leg around, doing whatever feels good to you. So you can put the knees back, sway from side to side. You may want to just sit cross-legged, shifting the weight back and forth. You might want to lift the hips up very slowly. So whatever you need to do to counter that stretch and kind of just shake out the body. And then we're going to come onto the floor. So coming down onto your back, we're going to do, let's see, we just did a twist. So we're actually going to do Bananasana. So I know we've done this before, but it's banana pose, but holding for time obviously is that deeper stretch. So we're going to straighten the legs all the way out, arms come above. I'm going to have you take your feet all the way over to the right-hand side, so walking them out towards the right, and then the arms are going to mirror that. So the arms are going to come to the right-hand side, so you look like a banana shape. And this one, to me, feels really good, even holding for the time. You're going to feel that stretch through the entire side body, so feeling yourself lengthen and strengthen. We'll do this one a little bit shorter. So again, sending your breath into that area where you feel that stretch, so that entire left side body. And again, option to use the meditation or visualization of the breath as a wave. So you can assign a color or a light to it, and just seeing it travel, seeing the breath travel down the body, down the side spine, all the way back up through the fingertips. So closing the eyes and just envisioning that. Very slowly, very mindfully. Okay, slowly releasing, we'll walk the feet back to center, walk the hands back to center. Long stretch. Bring the knees slowly into the chest. And just roll from side to side, massaging out the spine. And then we'll go on to the other side. So extending the legs all the way out, arms all the way up above. Bringing the legs first all the way to the left-hand side, and then the arms to meet it. So again, making that banana shape with your body. Taking a deep breath and then settling in on the exhale. Feeling your body lengthen with each inhale. And relax and ground with each exhale. And if the mind is wandering, bringing the awareness back to the breath, back to the wave-like meditation, back to your music, whatever it is to keep you here in the present moment. Okay, about 30 more seconds here in this pose. Slowly walking back to center. Again, we'll bring the knees into the chest very slowly, mindfully, rocking the spine from side to side. And taking this final moment for a very brief Shavasana. So allowing the feet to fall apart. Hands are by your sides, palms facing up. Just finding stillness here in these final moments of practice. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And exhaling with a long, audible sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. Just allowing your body to melt here. Feeling the support of the earth, the support of your body. And connecting to the present stillness that you're feeling. And notice how you're feeling in this moment. Are you feeling relaxed? Are you feeling tense or rushed? Are you feeling peaceful? Okay, keeping the eyes closed, I'd like you to roll over onto one side and use your arms to press you up into a comfortable seated position with the eyes closed. So spine is tall, crown of the head reaching toward the sky. Let's place our palms on our knees, hands facing down as a gesture of grounding. Bringing your awareness back to the breath. And again, just noticing how you feel in this moment. Inhaling the hands to heart center or Anjali Mudra. And placing the thumbs on your sternum, bowing your chin down. And taking this final moment of gratitude for self, for showing up today on your mat, for trying something new, and for choosing to stand in the discomfort. And knowing that this too shall pass, that you have the strength, the courage, and all the tools you need to get through anything uncomfortable in life. Namaste. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the yin yoga. Please make sure if you're in the group to post and let us know. Let me know how you liked or didn't like the class, what came up for you. You know, if it was easy, if you found it easy to sit still, or if you found it really, really difficult. And let me know how you're feeling. I'd really, really like to know how you're feeling right now in this moment. Again, yin yoga is such a different type of yoga to an active practice, or even to a restorative practice, which is more mellow and feels really good. So it challenges us to look deep within ourselves, to get uncomfortable, and to stretch in ways that we don't normally stretch, body, mind, and spirit. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that class.